Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ jójójó.
Hello there.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Ṣé ń lọ ní Mayegun dá wa sí? Àṣírí ọjọ́
You are welcome back.
oníbẹ̀rù.
If you were with us this afternoon,
Bá ṣe àní Mayegun máa wí.
good morning to you. Good afternoon to you.
Wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀rù.
And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Mayegun Live.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́, kẹ́ gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀.
Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, read beyond the caption of the broadcast. Read the description as well. And then like it, share this to invite your friends and not so friendly friends.
Yes, Raki.
Tell them that
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súràkì. Àní ẹ̀ Súràkì. Lórí Facebook. Àní ẹ̀ Súràkì. Lórí YouTube. Àní ẹ̀ Súràkì. Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
today,
Àní ẹ̀
the grand finale of the 10 days days of rage to end the bad governance in Nigeria.
Presido Barufin o.
Today,
Àní ẹ̀ Súràkì.
they wrapped it up from the streets. I have some word of commendation for all of you that participated,
Gbàrúgbà.
and a heartfelt condolences to the families who lost their loved ones.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Tifnumbu and his gang, they have shown you either do what they say or they will kill you.
Àní ẹ̀ Súràkì. Mayegun ti pé.
Motide. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you as you tune in to join us this moment. Thank you. 10 days of rage. 10 days of brutal violence against people who peacefully demanded, pleaded that Tifnumbu's government should reconsider that even those who are supporting you, none of them is spared from the consequences of ill-thought policy, reverse the policy. Well, they did all they could to criminalize it. People were shot at and killed. Many were arrested, of course, in the last 10 days. So the word of encouragement I have for those of you who participated is that you have a thread where giants, you will say, dare not walk. That's what you have done. It was a consensus that the criminal policies of Tifnumbu that is enriching your politicians, impoverishing the majority of the populace, that no one is really spared, even if you claim to be comfortable. Everyone is worried. all these demands, all these requests, they are not for those who wanted them. They are actually for those, even for those who are ignorantly, right? Either keeping quiet or helping them to spread the fear, that this does not really concern them. Unfortunately, people have been killed by Tifnumbu's gang. And Tifnumbu and his gang, they have blood on their hands, should never go unpunished. But do Nigerians have that enough numerical consensus to make them pay? Where the present thing will be like, no. So tonight, I have, I've brought to you what happened across Nigeria today again. But just because we are talking about that contraption, I would rather because there are so many things that came to light in the last 10 days. It's called the highlights of what happened in the last 10 days. So we're going to get to that part. But for now, the genesis of all of this, the reason why you have to, if you didn't believe that before, now you have to believe it. That Nigeria was not put together for you, for me, or for any of us than those who are holding forth for their imperialist lord masters. But the only way they have managed to successfully do this, at least for 25 years, that you will continue to be ruled by criminals. They will continue to make you believe that you are having a democracy or an elections when you have no real choice to choosing your own leaders, right? The genesis, late Senator Adeyeye. Just a bit of a flashback. The problem of Nigeria.
Of our republic. It says unity and faith, peace and progress. The truth is, whatever a man sows, the same he will reap. And that goes for a family, that goes for a tribe, that goes for a nation, and that goes for a multinational republic such as Nigeria. When a nation or republic cannot keep faith with justice and with the truth, it will never achieve unity. It will never achieve peace. And it will never achieve progress. Mr. President, sir, one of us quoted from this constitution and went ahead to make prescription for how to move forward. I dare to tell this nation today that this is the problem. This constitution can never give us progress. This constitution can never give us peace. This constitution can never give us unity. And unfortunately, most of us in this National Assembly, we don't have the spine to face what we need to give this republic to have peace and progress. What do I mean? This constitution has 68 items. 68 on the exclusive list. This constitution has only 12 on the concurrent list. And those 12 are written so nebulously, so fraudulently, that you know that the intention is to even undermine those concurrent lists. That is why those who want unity and peace in Nigeria must first remember that the name of our republic is not just Nigeria. The formal name of this republic is Federal Republic of Nigeria. Unfortunately, we don't run a federalist system in Nigeria. Otherwise, what is so unique about all those things that are in the exclusive list? We used to have a parliamentary system. And then we wanted unity, we wanted peace, we wanted progress, and we therefore said we are going to go with a presidential system. Honestly, there are many presidential systems in the world that have peace and progress. I can't quarrel with that. But we must put in place the same safeguards that presidential system across the world put in place, so that you can have what it needs to run the society. In this chamber, we try to federalize the police system. In this chamber, we failed. We failed because we didn't summon the courage, the wisdom, the tenacity of purpose, and the vision, and the understanding of what is making nations across the world to work. A man from Otukpo was the DPO in my local government when I was chairman. The man did not speak Igbomina in the Igbomina local government. The man did not speak Yoruba in the Yoruba local government. Every crime is local. And the solution to every crime is local. The earlier that senators in Nigeria summoned the courage to say, we should not continue to deceive ourselves. I know that police is costly. If we are going to allow some states to have police according to their own wishes, therefore, we must revisit the revenue formula, such as more money go to states. States are where the people live. States are where the problems occur. States are where local ingenuity can be brought to solve local problems. We have only 2 months left. I don't believe it is too late. Tomorrow, let our Constitution Review Committee bring only one item, and let us fast track everything that we must have state police. As continue you say no, you will continue to have your problems. I'm sorry for those of you who are in your 50s and 60s. Those of us in our 70s and all the rest. Now you go say face the problem. But honestly, I want to be part of the solution. And all of us should pray for the grace to be part of the solution. We have had these problems for far too long. We must have local policing capacity. And I want to give a practical example. When I became the chairman of my local government, the biggest problem I faced in my local government was crime, was robbery, even in the church. I went to the commissioner of police. Bako was his name. And I said, this is the problem we have. We need more police. The man said, you are the smallest local government in the state. We cannot give you more. But what you can do, you can go and organize vigilante. He didn't know. I was recording it. Second meeting, I brought up the issue again. Again, he repeated himself. I recorded it. Third time I brought it. He said, what did I do? I went back to my local government and I announced, everybody in this local government who has gone to secondary school, whether you pass or you fail, come to local government, we will examine you, we will give you a job. We recruited 68 people, paid them pittance, only 4,000 naira a month. And we said, you are now the community patrol. We took them to Oshogbo, civil defense, trained them. My local government became the only one in Osun that robbers knew they dare not enter. Because local people knew where the thieves were. 2 people from the villages, they caught them and we banned them. It's not the police, not the court. Other people, my people, banned them. That for 7 years they must not come back. Local people can bring local sensibilities, can bring local wisdom, can bring local ingenuity to solve this problem. Until we do so,
insecurity problem. That was a Senator Adeyeye from Osun. He is late now. And that was, at the time, that was the cradle of Fulani terrorism in the southern part of Nigeria. I was a while back. So it was so early, so fresh, until Boko Haram, So yeah, somebody said, well, it's like this talk of state police. It's not really kind of like attractive anymore because they are now using Amotekun to search people's phones. You can now use Amotekun. Now, Amotekun are now being used by the politicians to arrest their opponents. Yeah, I understand. That's still part of it. Because if you understand, or if you remember how this Amotekun came by, and all of the problems associated with that as well, even up till now, continually gives the control of this whatever group put together, either by federal or state, in charge of, always put the politicians, in control. It is still borders on that fake constitution, 1999. It is the same one that allows drug dealer, terrorists, jihadists, people that have been investigated for terrorism, and suddenly they were just cleared to come on and become government officials, president. So the entire institution of Nigeria is so compromised that criminals are now in charge. Justice is now alien. It is now free for all, where people who are supposed to be the integral part of a democracy, the real democracy, the real, constituents, the democracy, democratic norm sort of is built on the people, government of the people, by the people, and for the people. But they took all of that away from you. And it becomes something normal that you become so powerless. So it's no longer democracy, but what? Pseudo-democracy, where everyone can do whatever they like, and there will be no consequences. Genesis. 2 days ago, 2 days ago, politicians met with those who are like legal practitioners. They were talking to themselves, like, trying to say, yeah, we know the problem is the INEC, the problem is judiciary. And then the criminal politicians in the room was also, they had opinion, like, yeah, the problem is weak institutions. Let's go to that one before we go to next.
No president will make electoral reform that will lead to his downfall in office. Only Jonathan. It's only Jonathan that appointed an INEC chairman he never knew and he never met. And what became the result? It's only Jonathan that introduced a data capturing machine and ended up being captured.
The document forest lab will solve our electoral challenges. It's a shame, and I find it very absurd that the courts are still worried. They are still deciding on what to admit and what not to admit.
Almost all our institutions in democracy are weak, and we continue in vicious circle. Even if the judiciary is reformed, if INEC is not reformed, if security agencies are not reformed, if the executive is not reformed, even the common man has to be reformed.
We need to purge INEC of staff who are either card-carrying members or non-card-carrying members of political parties. Until we get this thing right, there's nowhere we are going.
That's how they talk to themselves. It's like just talking to the wall. So I've just been told that Senator Adeyeye is still alive. Must be a very old man now. I think he left the Senate in his 70s. Anyway, so he left something that we can always refer back to, even in years to come, as long as the contraption this still exists, right? So politicians will tell you, we know the problem. We have been the one, but they won't just say they are the ones who are the problems, or rather, yeah, they will even admit we are the problem. Let's talk to ourselves, just to give the impression that, they know what they are doing. They know that the consequences of what they are doing, right, is what everyone is seeing now. Then the problem is when they tell themselves, we need to. But the only honest person in that room was that guy who spoke first, Shehu Sani, who said there is no president that will do electoral reform that is going to sink him or kick him out of office. So they would rather not do it. And same thing applies to every institution. I would rather not do something that is going to make them kick me out. Maybe we can do it when I'm no longer here. Maybe somebody else can do it when I'm no longer here, because it's all about power. And that is why I want to commend all of you that participated in the last End Bad Governance in Nigeria. You see me, why I have to commend you. Before the days of rage, it was more or less like a consensus where people were like, Nigerians must stand up. Nigerians need to stand up. Then you decided to stand up. Unfortunately, it was just like minute of you. There was already the vision. I don't have to repeat all of the factors that contributed to so many ways, right? But a lot of you still stood up and you went out there. And that is all that was needed. One person to bring one person, to bring one person, and another person bring one person, you bring one person, and everyone is standing, holding hands, peacefully, demanding from these criminals. All those demands are legit. You see, if Tifnumbu decided to start selling petroleum at 200 naira and bring your subsidy back, I'm saying that is going to affect everyone, including those they give money to. And you see, the reason why I have to commend you is this. A lot of people agree that you have to stand up. Nigerians must stand up. Then you stood up. And others felt like, no, the way you did it is not how to do it. You have to do it this way. You have to do it that way. But nonetheless, the first 5 days actually shook the system. We saw it. We have the record of all of that. The fear couldn't hold you. Their bullets couldn't hold you. Especially the people from northern Nigeria. You stood your ground, you made the statement, and your oppressors, they are not powerful than you. I mean, you can see that the level of panic and fear that you put in those who have all of the weapons in the world.